everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review on Alice in Zombieland by Gena Showalter. Do not worry, there is going to be no spoilers in this video whatsoever, but if you do want to have a more of a book discussion about it, definitely leave me a comment in the comment area below. I believe this book was published back in 2012. I don't remember it having very much hype over this book. All I know is that I've had wanted to pick up this series for a really long time. It is the White Rabbit Chronicle series, and Alice in Zombieland is the first book. And if there was any hype about this book, I can definitely see why. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, which is very hard for me to do, but this book was beyond perfection. I loved everything about it. The character development was absolutely amazing. The plot twists, the rising of the plots, and just the overall evolution of the plot throughout this book was beyond expectations. I went into this series not having a lot of expectations like I did with a lot of other series, because not a lot of people had talked about this series, so I'm kind of glad that I get to give it my own opinion. And so Alice in Zombieland is based off of what I first thought was actually Alice in Wonderland. It has nothing to do with Alice in Wonderland. I'd like to say that now, yes. It actually has a lot of characteristics, or very few characteristics of Alice in Wonderland. You see smaller aspects, but they are not the whole bigger picture. It would seem that this book would be an Alice in Wonderland retelling with a darker twist, but it is not, even though it kind of gives off that air as having one. Alice in Zombieland is about a girl named Alice. She lives with her estranged father, her mother, and her sister in a bricked house very far away from everyone else. Her father is very estranged. She believes her father is actually just downright crazy and nuts, and that he should be in a loony bin because he believes there is monsters out there, and monsters that she and her mother and sister cannot see. And so because of this has created a lot of tension, and her little sister had asked Alice for Alice's birthday to go out into the world, because Alice and her little sister rarely ever got to socialize with people, especially at dark. Alice did convince not only for her father to go out on her birthday, but to also go through a cemetery which she has forever forbidden to go through, and they actually end up getting in a car accident which ends up killing her father, her mother, and her little sister. After this, Alice actually moves in with her aunt and her uncle, and Alice starts to see these monsters that she thinks has always thought were not real, but she's starting to think that her father may not be as crazy as he lets on. And then of course there is the badass Cole Holland, who happens just to, confirm her beliefs of these monsters. And not only that, they have a weird connection between the two. I don't know. You're going to have to read it to definitely find out what that connection is, and if these monsters are actually real or not. Because, who knows, it might all be in her mind. I am so glad I picked up this series. This literally was a series that got me out of my reading slump, and I flew through the series. I have read the second and third book, but Alice in Zombieland gave me a sense of, adventure. It threw off like a badass, kick-ass story that honestly I think anyone can enjoy. And of course there's the tension between Cole and Alice. You know what I mean by tension, like tension, tension. There's a lot of tension between the two, and you just get to see all of these characters become involved with one another. You have Alice's soon-to-become best friend, Kat. You have Cole Holland and his crew. It is just a lot of character development. And like I said, the plot is very much so evolving throughout the book. And you never really You have a sense of sometimes what's going on, but at the same time, you actually really don't know what's going on. There are characters being thrown in almost at every minute. It's like a movie, an action movie being played right in front of you, except through a book. Gena Showalter's writing also was so easy to comprehend, so easy to read. The sarcastic dialogue between Alice and Cole was absolutely amazing. The dialogue between her and other characters was very sarcastic and witty, and especially her best friend Kat's dialogue is very forthcoming. There's so many outspoken characters in this book that you can't help but not fall in love with all of them. You can't just love one. Alice was my favorite character. You definitely got to see her evolve throughout this book, and you got to see her become someone that if she lived a normal life, you would maybe think that she was a rebel, but once you've read this book, you realize that she's becoming who she's becoming because of all these things, all these trials that she's been through. I wouldn't recommend this book enough. I think that this is a book that really isn't hyped like it should be. It is about zombies, people. And who wouldn't love a book with a sexy, badass, tattooed male species of this world? I think about it, guys. Think about it. He's a bad boy with a sweet-ish kind of side. He actually doesn't have a sweet side. He is one of those characters that is just drop-dead gorgeous with full badness in him, and all you want to do is eat him up for breakfast. You don't get a book like this very often. It's so original. It's so unique. It's so charismatic, and the characters are just absolutely, positively scrumptious. Alright, ladies and gents, that is all for my book review. If you want a more in-depth book talk, book review on Alice in Zombieland, definitely leave your comments below in the comment boxy area. So yeah, just leave your comments below. And also remember to like this video for smiles. And also remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye!